Google has just released deep research, and I think it's a Perplexity killer. I've been using Perplexity, the paid version, since it came out. Recently, I've been seeing it's actually kind of problematic. And you know what? To Google's credit, I think they just released a new product very quietly in deep research that is going to change how we research. I'm loving it. And sometimes I'm hard on Google, but I think deep research is um, a platform that we should probably all be using. All right, let's jump into it and talk about what this is. Well, what this is our AI in 5. My name is Jordan Wilson. I'm the host of Everyday AI. Almost every single day, we do an AI in 5, which is a short tip, trick, or tutorial to help people learn and leverage generative AI. So we also have a daily live stream podcast and newsletter. So make sure you go subscribe to that if you haven't already at youreverydayai.com. All right, so here's what this deep research is. It uses the Gemini 2.0 Flash model, and it essentially browses the web for you. You give it a prompt, you sit there and wait, so it's not instantaneous like a Perplexity or like a ChatGPT with their new ChatGPT search, but it does a great job at going deep. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Here is essentially the prompt that I'm going to use. And we're going to do this kind of in real time so we don't have to wait. All right. So now, oh, I'm actually wrong. I thought this was powered by 2.0 Flash. It's actually 1.5 Pro. So many Google updates. It's hard to keep track, even though I talk about them all day. All right. So we're going to let this go. I'm going to show you the first step. So there's multiple steps, which I really enjoy. So first, what's important to know is you have to be on a paid Gemini plan. So I'm on Gemini Advanced. This is on my personal Gmail. So for whatever reason, I do not yet have this on my paid Google Workspace account for my business. So when I want to use this, I have to use my personal account. So first, what it does is it gives you a research plan, which I kind of like, because if it gets something wrong, again, this is going to take 2 to 3 minutes. So if it gets something wrong, you can correct it now. I can go in here and click Edit Plan. And then I can conversationally have a conversation with it on what to edit. So I'm actually going to start over because I don't want to edit that plan. All right. And then we can just watch it one more time. So it's going to give us a proposed plan to go research. I'm going to read this prompt here. It's not super long, but it's a little bit long, but it's essentially about Google's new product. So we can, as we wait. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start Research. All right. Now let me just go over here, and this is what we're asking. Okay, so I said Google has released a handful of huge AI advancements and updates over and updated other proposed projects this week. Gemini 2.0 Flash, Project Mariner, Project Astra, AI Studio Real Time, Agent Space, Android XR, Deep Research, and Notebook LM Plus. Yes, these are all huge updates, new products, new features Google has released in the last like 5 days. They've gone wild. Anyways, so then I am telling Google Gemini inside of Deep Research to research each announcement deeply. Give me all of the important details of each announcement. Bullet points are fine. Be very specific yet succinct. You've really got to go into great depths of research and find the details. All right. So let's jump over. And again, this is going to take a while. So this is not something that you click go 5 to 10 seconds later, right? Because if you're used to using Perplexity, which I love, if you're used to using ChatGPT search, which I love, right? Previously it was called Search GPT. Now it's called ChatGPT search. For the most part, it does this in, I don't know, 10 seconds or less. That is not deep research. As you can see, it is going very slow. But, this does have a little bit of steerability, right? So I found, right, when I don't give it this second part of the prompt, as an example, give me all of the important details. Bullet points are fine. You really got to go into great depths of research. And sometimes you can even tell it, hey, I need at least 10, I need at least 20 sources for each of these topics. It will literally go to hundreds of websites. Actually, one of the very first times I used Google Deep Research, it was to do a similar search like this, but with OpenAI's 12 days of OpenAI, right? I think we were at day 7. I wanted to get all my bullet points kind of ready because I was getting ready to do a video on it. And it went to 169 websites. So it's going to take a while. So you'll see here, it's already at 152 and it doesn't even look like it's done, right? So the good thing here, I can make my screen a little bit bigger so we can see where it's going, right? So it's going to, Google's developer blog. It's going to Media Post. It's going to DeepMind's website. It's going to YouTube. It's going to all these different places, right? Qualcomm, a bunch of Google sites, right? Notebook LM, right? It's going to, so far, oh my gosh, we are at 228 websites and we're not even done, right? So you can probably already see, I'm going to let this go because I want to show you exactly how this works. Here's one thing though. It's not fantastic at follow-up conversation, at least right now, but there's other things that you can do with this, right? So essentially it's going to spit out a research plan. So just look at this. This is wild. This is wild, right? Look, we're still going. We're at 228 websites. And it's going to keep going. And like, as we wait, I have so many other thoughts. How are these content publishers going to get monetized, right? So many of these websites, they get revenue from Google AdSense, from display advertising, right? So let's say I had a huge project, right? Let's say I was giving a speech on all of Google's AI announcements, right? Which is something that I would generally do, right? I would use Perplexity or something like that. But, if you were researching a topic like this in depth, I mean, you might not go to 228 web pages, but you might go to a few dozen. You might go to 50 to 100, right? If you were working on an in-depth project, if you were putting together a huge presentation, right? You would spend maybe many hours, maybe dozens of hours going through and doing this type of research. Obviously, since Perplexity, since ChatGPT's search product, that has changed a little bit, but you're still going to spend a lot of time. Look we're still going here. All right, so let's go ahead as we wait because I wanted to do this live, right? So I'm going to go ahead. Let's just look a couple of things about deep research. So it says, our new agentic feature in Gemini Advance and access to try Gemini 2.0 Flash. So this is two different announcements. That's why I got a little confused. That's why I need to use deep research, right? Because they actually announced deep research and some 2.0 Flash experimental in the same blog post. That's why I got a little confused, right? Oh, by the way, I love Google's new updates that they've rolled out to their blog. You can read the AI generated summary right here, as well as you can listen to the article. So I like what Google's doing here, using their own products when they announce products. Very cool. But this kind of video shows you how this works, right? Whatever you're trying to research, it can put together a plan in your prompting, because like I said, it's not great at iterative prompting, right? So after this, if I try to say, oh, like, can we make these edits? Can we put it in a different format? Can you focus on, hey, I only want to focus on agentic AI, right? It's not great at reiterating. So you really have to get it right on the front end, because like you see, this is time consuming, right? It's still not done. I didn't want to have to pause. It might be timing out here. This feature is new. I don't think it's actually timing out yet because it looks like we're still going. So you really should get it right on the front end, right? Especially if you are putting in a prompt that is really pushing deep research to its limits, because it is time consuming, right? And I've tried, and I need to be able to do a little bit more research on this, research on deep research. But I've tried opening up new tabs and still using Gemini. So I don't know if it slows it down, right? Because this is not like what we're used to, right? One of the biggest things that we've been using generative AI for right now is efficiency and speed. And although this is giving us a ton of time back, It is not fast, right? I believe it's already been about at least 6 or 7 minutes that it's been researching and putting this plan together. All right, so we can see right now it's already gone to 228 websites. It's currently analyzing the results. So let's go in. Again, I didn't want to pause this one because usually in most of mine that I've used, it usually takes about 3 minutes. So this is much longer. But my record that I've gotten it to was 169 websites. And you'll see we already hit 228. We actually might hit more here once this updates. It looks so this kind of timer here, if we're less than halfway done, I might actually have to hit pause on this recording because I don't want it to turn into a 30-minute quick tutorial. So we might actually do that here. So I'm actually going to hit pause because it looks like we might have a lot more research to do, but I will let you know exactly how much longer it took. All right, I think it's almost done here because it says creating your report. So one thing, and I haven't experienced this before, normally you don't have to refresh, but it does say while I'm researching, feel free to leave this chat. I'll let you know as soon as I'm done. So it does say it's creating my report now. It does look like it went to a total of 228 websites, which is wild, right? So one thing that you can do is, yeah, you can keep working. Like I said, I don't know if you're running, let's say you're running 10 of these at once. I don't know if that slows the output down. I'm going to have to do some controlled testing on that. But there you go. You just saw it finish. So there we go. So total, it took about 7 minutes. It's a lot. I only have the video paused for about a minute. I just clicked refresh on the browser. So sometimes clicking refresh, it'll update the status right here. But just so you know, you can, maybe there's a task that you do every single day. Start it in the morning, right? Tweak the prompt, get it to work right. But this is a great way to start your day, start your week. So let's go ahead. So what it does, it's a little different here. It created this document for me, which is great. I mean, this is a lot of depth. And then it has all 228 sources here at the bottom. So then I can click open in docs. So then you'll see it says creating document. I know my little thing there is in the way. Then it says new conversation or new document created, open in docs. So then I can go ahead and open that. And there you go. So now I have this entire document here, and let's see if it went over everything. So Gemini Flash, yep, that was the first thing I asked. Created benchmarks for me, or sorry, created a graph for me. I didn't even ask it to, but here we go. It has Flash, 2.0 against Gemini 1.5, 002. Great, right? I didn't even ask it to do all this, and it did it. Here we have Project Mariner. Here we have Project Astra. I'm just making sure I got everything. AI Studio real time. AI Studio Stream real time. There we go. Agent Space right there. Android XR. Deep research, right? This is meta, using deep research to do deep research on deep research. Notebook LM Plus, did a little misspelling there. Note boo. Did I do that wrong? I did. I put Note boo LM Plus. It didn't correct me. And then it continued to call it Note boo LM Plus. That's pretty funny. It's still, let me make sure. Yeah, still got everything right. Yep. The new plus plan, you get five times the limit. So still got everything right. It just called it Note boo LM Plus, even though I did. And there we go. So got everything, has all the works cited down here. So it didn't cite every single one of those 228. It just decided to cite 46 of them. But still, y'all, this is an 18-page report that I just created, right? And then, I can obviously go in here and work with Gemini in this document if I want to, right? But it's not great. Like I said, it's not great at iterating within the deep research interface. All right. So it's not like that. It's not like a canvas, OpenAI canvas where you can keep going, keep iterating. But again, fantastic game-changing tool. If you made it this long, let me know. Should I do a comparison with deep research and Perplexity and ChatGPT? Let me know if that's something that you'd like to see. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to our newsletter, watch our live streams, go check out the podcast, youreverydayai.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you back for another AI in 5 or AI in 15. Thanks, y'all.